Whenever people hear the name Jim Carrey, they will associate with the movie The Mask. Released in 1994, the American fantasy comedy film The Mask is based on a series of comic books published by Dark Horse Comics. The visual effects played the main role in this movie. It is not surprising that the movie was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Visual Effect. If people want to learn how to make movies, Museum of Moving Image is a great place to explore both the ancient ways of making movies and modern ones. Visitors can see the antique materials that are no longer seen in the daily life. The museum's clear white interior decoration in a cool light blue warmly welcomes the visitors. On the second floor and third floor, there is an exhibition called Behind the Scene. Antique filmmaking materials and television sets are displayed. Visitors can record their own voices into the real movies, like the voice for Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, and a rock singer and guitarist Dewey Finn in The School of Rock. In the glass boxes, there are the statues of heads of the actors and their disguised faces. A green head from one corner of the glass container draws the visitors' attention. To their surprise, it is a face from the Mask movie. Next to it is the head of the main character, Jim Carrey. The green face wears a funny big smile as if he was trying to show all of his huge white teeth. Visual effects not only entertain audiences, but also make the impossible possible, such as giving Jim Carrey unusual flexibility, super speed running skills, and popping eyes in the mask. They also bring fantasies and dreams into life. Without visual effects, the movie would be boring and the revolution of the digital world would be so slow. Now movies are more interesting and become alive because of the visual effects. Even before the cameras were invented, the visual effects were used. During 1700s, magicians used them to deceive the audience's perception and surprise them. For example, magicians used small bugs with a light source and a semi-transparent light to give a ghostly motion and frighten the audiences. Another technique is called Pepper's Ghost. It used glass sheets as two-way mirrors and placed a large glass sheet at a 45-degree angle between the audience and the stage. A member of the audience could be turned into a skeleton and back. Later, audiences caught on the tricks, so the filmmakers had to work harder to look their films amazing. The greatest changes in visual effects also occurred in the 20th century because of the computers. Computer technology makes the filmmaker's life easier, and it gives better combination of real images and digital images. The filmmakers can create anything they want with the computers. For instance, with the help of the computers, Jim Carrey's face becomes more dramatic and hilarious in the movie. Different kinds of visual effects are used in the movies. In 1902, father of special effects George Méliès first used miniatures, a physical model of an object that is smaller than the actual size. By using technology, the miniatures seem to be real physical surroundings in the movies. Miniature effect is still used in the modern films. Another visual effect used is the matte paintings, that are the paintings or projections placed behind the foreground objects to trick the audiences into believing that the actors or actresses are in those physical locations. The first matte shot was in early 1990s by Norman Don's movie Mission of California. There are matte paintings in The Wizard of Oz, such as Emerald City at the end of the yellow brick road, awaiting Dorothy. They were originally painted on glass, but now created by the computers. The third one is the stop motion, a technique in which miniatures move incrementally and are photographed one frame at a time. It creates a set of movement. One series of frames is played continuously. George Méliès discovered it accidentally while he was moving his earlier shows. First used in the late 1890s, it was one of the earliest animation techniques. An example movie would be King Kong. The fourth technique is computer-generated imagery, CGI. Like its name, it's the application of the field of computer graphic to special effects. The quality of CGI is better and effects are more controllable than other processes. The Mask combines live action with cartoons such as The Mask itself and a cartoon-style gun. It is the first film that integrates live action with CGI for human effects, and the first film that turns a live actor into a cartoon-like character. Jim Carrey appeared like a hyperactive cartoon character of Tex Avery, the wolf from Red Hot Riding Hood, 1943 cartoon, when he saw a pretty woman. He whistled at her and his eyes bugged out like the cartoon character. Furthermore, in the beginning of the movie, the scene Jim Carrey was getting into the mask was acted out on the stage without the mask. Then the crew created the mask in the computer and digitally manipulated the mask to mold Jim's head. Live actor and the mask are combined in the computer to create the visual effect. In short, visual effects are not only associated with fantasies, science fiction, animation, and other non-realistic characters, but also associated with budgets. A film can save on expenses by duplicating the crowds or armies of actors with a computer-generated crowd or army. Visual effects can also be used to place actors in different places without physically going to those locations. Because of the computer revolution, the quality of the effect is better and more lifelike. Without the aid of the computer, it would not be that exciting and funny to watch the movie The Mask and Jim Carrey.